Good afternoon, Hope RX agents. This is Kevin Banta. I'm going to be doing a little training session here for you all. It's been quite some time, a few weeks since we've done a training session, so I'm having a lot of people talking about fundraising this month, probably due to schools back in session, and a lot of clubs are starting, football, schools starting, obviously, with different clubs going on. So we're going to be talking a little bit about fundraising here. Going to get into some different ways to promote your card and how to use some kids to do it, some creative marketing ideas, and actually the direct way to promote this card. As some of you have been in this business a while, there is a lot of ways to do this business. There's a lot of ways to get your cards out there, whether they're physical cards, cards online, social media, however you're doing the business. So again, we're just going to go over some ideas. If you've got your starter kit, you know we've got a pamphlet in there that's got over 70 ways to promote your business. So we're going to go over a couple of them here today. Obviously, if you're looking to go to the horse track, you're going to the horse track to bet on horses. That's where you'd want to go. You'd want to go directly to the actual horse track. So in this analogy, if you're looking to get transactions, guess what? You can go directly to the pharmacies, okay? Now I'm going to go over an idea or two about working directly with pharmacies. It is a great way to generate business, but you do have to walk a fine line and make sure you're always there doing the right thing with permission. So just some soliciting guidelines, and this does apply to not just in front of pharmacies, but no matter where you're soliciting for our company or for your company. Always ask permission from the owner or manager of the store or of the pharmacy. You do not want to go out front and start soliciting their clients or their customers without their permission. But you'll be surprised. Just had an agent yesterday, actually this morning, send me an email talking about they got permission from a pharmacist to stand out front and pass out some cards. And it's a great way to get transactions. In fact, that same agent last month didn't really do the business much, but did have some of the few cards that came with the starter kit. Gave it to a lady. And actually watched the lady go fill 5 or 6 prescriptions at the pharmacy, and sure enough, 15 days later, those 5 prescriptions were on that agent's, the only 5, but they were on that agent's back office. Now the agent's obviously getting a little more serious about the business. Always dress professionally. We're going to suggest you wear a Hope t-shirt or Hope polo shirt if you don't have one. I'll show you here at the end. You can get one. You can send us any shirt that you currently have. We don't do custom shirts. We just do the logos. Therefore, we don't have to worry about shirt sizing and it fitting correctly. You send us your shirt. We'll customize it with our logo and send that shirt right back to you. It's $15. That includes shipping and everything. We also have badges. They're $15, which badges work great because you just buy them once and you put them on every shirt. But it's a good way to make sure you brand yourself so people that are walking up to you know what you're doing. And typically people that are sitting in front of stores, as you guys all know, they're either selling something, trying to get you to sign up for a list. The beautiful thing about what we do is you're actually giving something away for free, and it's going to help a lot of people save some money. Always dress professionally, or excuse me, always address people professionally. Don't impede or harass any customers. If they don't want a card, that's fine. Just say, okay, thank you. A lot of people are going to say, oh, no, thank you. They're just programmed to say that. It's not that they don't want to save money on medications. It's not that they don't understand it. They're just programmed because so many people are standing out in front of stores trying to sell something or trying to get you to sign up for something. So if they do say, I don't want or no thank you, just say that's fine. Okay, just move on. If they do see some action in the store and see people getting savings, they'll probably come out and ask you for one. And what does happen if you are in front of a pharmacy passing out cards and people go in, and you got to understand, if somebody's been paying $61 a month for a medication that they've been on for 6 years, and they take your free card from you standing out front, and they go in and save $41 on the medication, you better believe they're going to come back out and try to get another card from you or two. Those are your biggest advocates. If you do give that person 10 cards, I guarantee you they're going to pass them out. They're going to be talking about that $40 they saved on that medication. They're going to talk about it all day at work the next day. To any friends or family they have. So those are your biggest advocates. And if they come ask you for more cards, and if they've experienced a savings, you certainly want to get those cards out to them. Don't stay too long. Verify with the pharmacist. If you still ask the pharmacist, don't say if I can sit here for 12 hours. Ask them, do you mind if I stand here for an hour or so? You got to remember, you guys, there's 60,000 pharmacies in this country. Don't just work one pharmacy. And I know a lot of agents get caught up doing that. They're only working the closest pharmacy to their house. You don't want to do that. You want to get yourself out there. You guys, there's 60,000 pharmacies. If you haven't seen the YouTube video of Greg Peach, who's visited over 1,500 pharmacies in 3 different states, great video to watch. He speaks to the pharmacy one time. That's it. Doesn't go back because he understands the law of numbers. If he's talked to 1,000 pharmacies and he's spoken to about 1,500, but on average, if you just did 1,000 pharmacies and each pharmacy was giving you 20 transactions, simple math tells you that's 20,000 transactions. Okay. School's back in session. Flu season is going through the roof. Our cards do work with the flu shot. If you'll see on your back office, some of you have already experienced that, but you'll see the INJ. That is a flu vaccine. Okay, there's a couple different ones, but I think it's Fluxin or something like that. FLU starts with, and it's anytime you see an INJ, that's an injection. Those are the flu shots. Typically, our flu shots are around $18, $19, and most pharmacies are charging $25 to $35. A little bit of confusion. The card doesn't work on flu shots at the doctor's office. There's a little confusion on that. You have to go to the pharmacy to get your flu shot to use our card. If you're getting it from your doctor, you can't use the card. Okay, so it depends on how people are doing. If it's covered under their insurance and they're doing it at their doctor's office, that's fine. But a lot of people are walking into a pharmacy saying, hey, I'd like to get a flu shot. I think Rite Aid, Walgreens are charging $35. I think Target's at $30 or $27, and our card gets down to about $17, $18. Again, so you'll see those on your back office. We've already seen quite a few come through. Here's some examples. Again, right now, you guys, you got to think outside the box to build this business. There's a lot of organizations out there that have a lot of members. When you're dealing with organizations that have members, it's very easy for them to get their cards out to their own members, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's a letter in the mail. However they're currently contacting their members, it's very easy to add an RX card on there. Okay, so again, look at all these clubs on here. Some of you are probably already involved in some of them now. Okay, and again, this is a very small list, but just look at some of these things. Get your mind thinking outside the box. How could I get this card in front of 50 people at a time, 500 people at a time, 5,000 people at a time? Okay, there's a lot of organizations out there that have thousands of members. Okay, now when you're signing up a nonprofit organization, they can watch the same video you watched. You want to get them your 4-digit code, and that goes with recruiting agents. No matter anything, the most important part of somebody who's brand new looking at this business, if you've referred them, is your 4-digit code, which is also your last 4 of your website. Okay, that's how they enroll, and you get credit for it. Again, you must have your starter kit to get credit for any of these agents. But in fact, I just enrolled an agent yesterday. He's probably listening to this webinar now. In his first day with our company, he recruited 29 agents, and it wasn't even a day. In literally probably the first 14 to 16 hours, he recruited 29 agents. Okay. Now, obviously, that's an exception to the rule. A lot of people aren't into recruiting, which is fine. You don't have to be. I'm going to show you some examples of some agents' transactions here that don't do anything but get their personal cards out. Okay. But think outside the box. Think of these clubs, these groups. What's in it for them? When you're talking to a booster club or a golf club or anybody, you got to talk about what's in it for them. And what's in it for them is raising money. Currently, you can go to, there's kids standing outside in the summertime doing car washes. Your local church is looking for fundraising. Your PTA at your school right now is looking for funds. That's what they do. They do fundraising. Any nonprofit organization, that's all they do is fundraising. Booster clubs, school clubs, seniors, little leagues, sponsor a little league team. You'd be surprised how inexpensive it can be, and you're going to get your cards out. You're going to get a banner that says save up to 85% on prescriptions. Ask me for a card. And you can do that every single baseball game or football game or the Girl Scouts or whatever you're doing. Think outside the box. How could I sponsor a soccer team? More than one team. Get your name out there, okay? This is your business, you guys. You need to take control of your business because if you don't, nobody will. This is your business. And I'll tell you, I have agents all over the spectrum. I have agents that have been here a couple years only making $200, $300 a month. I have agents that have been here less than a year. I have an agent I'm going to show you right now making over $10,000 a month. Okay? If it is to be, it's up to me. This is your business. Okay? We're giving you ideas. We're giving you tools. We know the business works. We know there's a huge need for it. We know there's 4 billion prescriptions filled last year. There's a huge need for it. We don't even have a 6% market share. Some of you wonder, I want to know if the agents are in my area, how many agents are here. Is the area saturated? You guys, 4 billion prescriptions. Do some research. 4 billion. We're not even scratching the scratch. Okay? Tons of businesses to be had. The next guy that's going to make $10,000 a month could not even be with our company yet. Okay? Or it could be you. You're listening now. It's not impossible, I can tell you that, but it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not easy. Okay? Let's look at some other ideas here. Here's Jolisa. Here's her kids. Again, one of them's got a Hope badge here, you can see, and one of them's got a Hope logo shirt on. Okay? This was just taken out in Los Angeles last week. Jolisa was kind enough to take a picture for us. I'm going to show some of her reports, too. I've got her permission to do this. But this is her boys. They got permission from this pharmacy here. It looks like it's maybe a Rite Aid or a Walgreens, and they're distributing RX cards. And I want to show you Jolisa's most recent 120 days. Okay, this is her report, the most recent 120 days. Okay, so this was 120 days ago. Her report had 66 transactions on it. Is she rich? Absolutely not. In fact, these transactions right here. Let me grab my calculator. Made her $49. Okay, and if I recall correctly, her first 3 or 4 checks, she didn't even cash them. She had them all saved up. This is before direct deposit, but $49 check. Okay, her next report came in at $89, and she actually came to me and said, "You know what? I want to buy up." And what I mean by that, some of you don't know, but you can buy a bigger contract. For $2,500, you can buy a $2 contract. What that means is your card is worth $2. You don't start at 75 cents and go to $1, $1.50, $1.25. You don't do any of that. Your card is immediately worth $2, but you invested in your business. You paid $2,500 to get that contract. She did that on that report at 89 transactions. Okay? So obviously she knew she was going to go out and work the business. She wouldn't spend $2,500 on a business you weren't going to work. So this is what she did going forward. And again, she does market directly to pharmacies standing in front, passing out cards. Her kids play on a traveling, I believe it's baseball team, and they're always out. So when they're playing the game, she'll take off for an hour and go hit these pharmacies, go stand in front of them, go talk to the pharmacists, go talk to doctors, and get the cards out there. But everything she does is face-to-face. All of her transactions are local in the Los Angeles area. Again, these reports are 15 days. So it goes from 66 to 89. These are total transactions in 15 days. Okay, these aren't monthly, they're 15 days. It goes from 89 to 101. Fourth report comes in at 144. Fifth report, remember the sixth report here, this is the third month mark. Her transactions are coming in at 235. When I say third month, that's 235 for 15 days. Okay, so you got to add that report together. Okay, seventh report comes in, 313. So that month, she had about 500 transactions. Remember, her card's now worth $2. So she probably just made all her money back on her $2,500 investment. Bet her report keeps going. And currently, right now, this was the most recent report. So the next report comes out on the 5th. And she'll probably have over 500 total transactions on that report. So again, she made a decision, obviously, when she purchased the $2 contract for $2,500 to say, you know what, I'm going to get serious about this business. Now, do you have to do that? No. You can get serious, which I'll show you another agent that got serious without buying the $2 contract. But obviously, Jolisa's gotten all her money back, and she's making a great living and having fun with her family at the same time. And she doesn't work the business full-time. She's out there a couple hours a day, but she's consistent. She's consistently working her business. And just on the top there, if you can see, she's got about 10,000 cards in this 120 days out in circulation. Okay? Now, Richard, here's an agent with us that got a slow start in the beginning, didn't really catch on to the business, but now is doing very, very well. So I'm going to show you his most recent 120 days, 221 transactions. And again, this is 120 days ago. So he'd already been with us some time when he had that 221. Very slow starter, though. I want to say he'd been with the company for, I don't know, 6-7 months and only had 221 transactions in 15 days. Remember, all these reports I'm showing are 15-day transaction reports, which you'll see on your back office if you're brand new. Every 15 days on the 5th and the 20th, our reports are going to pop up, and that's where you see all your transactions. Okay? So about 3.5 months ago, his second report had 252. Started building a little bit. He started catching some momentum. 276, 369, which is a nice little jump there. 427. Again, this is 2.5 months. We went from 221, and 221 to 441. Again, that's 1, 2, 3 months. That's 90 days right there. So to take your 15-day report from 221 to 441, which is very close to double there, that's a very good transaction report. Seventh report came in at 479, and then the most recent report we had is close to 500. His next report will probably be around 550 to 560. So again, great job to Richard. Very slow start at the beginning. Never gave up on himself. A lot of people get confused on this business and think, you know what, I'm not going to just do this with hope, or hope doesn't work, or the cars don't work. Hey, we know it works. We're saving people millions of dollars every year. The question is, the only variable in the equation is you. Are you going to work this business? Some will and some won't. Okay? But Richard's doing a great job, and again, I got his permission to show this report. So congratulations, Richard. Keep up the good work, and great things will happen. Now I'm going to show you Alan. This is a gentleman who came to us in a different situation than probably most of you on this call, but he was looking to invest in a business. He works full-time. He works 8 hours a day at another job, but he wanted to buy a business. In fact, he was looking at some franchise businesses in the ice cream business when he came to us, and we said, you know what? The ice cream business is kind of goes up and down. A lot of people are buying ice cream in the wintertime. But one thing about the prescription business, it's 365. And if you want to get paid on something 365 days a year, rain or shine, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, it never closes, you want to be in the prescription business. So he got started with us, I don't know, a couple years ago. Initially invested in $2 card right off the bat. Didn't want to play around with the 75 cents and work his way up, so he spent the $2,500. He also started with 30,000 cards. He bought those cards. So he invested almost $3,000, which is nothing compared to the $300,000 he would have invested into an ice cream franchise. So now he's here with us, and which to him was a very small investment. But now he's going to invest in mailing. He's doing mailings to doctors. Currently, there's I think 7 million or some crazy number of doctors in this country. So he's going to go ahead and start mailing to doctors. So he does that. After that big investment of almost $3,000, his first report. Now again, the other reports that I showed you were their most recent 120 days or the most recent 4 months. I'm showing you Alan's first 4 months. Okay, so his very first report after spending nearly $3,000, and that's not including the mailing that he's going to spend. First report comes in at 4 transactions. Okay, some of you might be a little deflated on 4 transactions, but guess what? He was excited. He couldn't believe it that people were using his card at that point. Okay. Second report, 15 days later, came in at 38. So in his mind, he's looking at 4 into 38 going, wow, my business grew almost 10 times. That's incredible. Whereas most people are going, geez, I'm only making, $70. Let's go here. Third report came in at almost $100. Came in at 95 or 100 transactions, which was paying him almost $200. Fourth report came in at 162. So remember, he's 60 days into it, spent all this money, and went from 4 transactions to 162. So he's actually very, very excited. He hasn't made his initial investment back yet, but he's still very excited. Fifth report came in at 251. Sixth report came in at 307. Seventh report came in at 397. So now he goes from 4 to 400. So now he's thinking in his mind, if I can do this every 3 months, I'm going to be a millionaire. Okay? And again, it doesn't happen that easy. And again, he's spending a lot of money on mailing. Eighth report came in at 429. Currently, he's earning over $10,000 a month in the RX business. Okay? Did he spend a lot of money to do that? Yeah. It takes a lot to do mailings. Some of you are doing mailings now. I know Richard does do some mailings, and I forgot to tell you that. Richard, the report that I did show you, he does a mix of both. He does do mailings, and he also walks and talks. But Alan did put a lot of money into the business, and he's currently obviously made all his money back. He's currently earning about $10,000 a month, and that grows at about 10 to 12 to 14% a month. So he's very excited that he did not get into the ice cream business. He has 0 employees, except for the students that he pays to do his envelope stuffing. But other than that, he's got no employees. He's not paying no workers' comp. He doesn't have to worry about cash registers and video cameras, making sure no one's stealing. This business is on autopilot, and he's making a very good living. And guess what? He still works full-time somewhere else. He is looking to really generate a lot of money. He's looking to retire, and he wants to retire with this business bringing in a lot more than $10,000 a month. Okay? So again, That's not typical, and I'm showing you agents. Jolisa and Richard, they are typical. They're typical agents. Both of them doing, I know both of them personally. They're both doing the business totally different. Alan is not typical. Alan is somebody who came to us with a lot of money and wanted to get this business going quickly. Okay, so that's not typical. Don't think that you can go out and order a few thousand cards and get your business, producing that. Now, we had a top recruiter come to the company probably around a year ago, and just wanted to recruit to this business. So we sat down and discussed a plan, a business model that was fair for everybody and allowed this agent to go do what they do best, which was recruit. And what I mean by that is they're not buying any personal cards. They're not passing out any personal cards. They're hiring agents, just like we do, to do the business. Okay? Which is, again, if this is your forte, it's great. If you're just going to dabble in it and do, a few agents here and there, probably not going to pay off very quickly. But if you really are a recruiter or you know somebody who's a recruiter, this is an excellent way to get a huge organization. Okay? So I'm just going to show you the numbers that this person did. Again, this is not typical unless you're a very high recruiting agent. But their first report, again, they're not passing out cards. They're recruiting agents. On average, they were probably recruiting anywhere from, I would say 6 to 12 agents a week. Okay, so you can do the numbers on that, 6 to 12 agents a week. But their first report, they had 39 transactions. This was starting from zero. This is, again, about a year ago. Their very first report came in at 39 transactions. Second report came in at 269. Third report, 499. Fourth report came in at 667. Fifth report, go on from here. But again, if you're looking to recruit and you're recruit the numbers that I'm telling you right now, again, which is not just recruiting 3 people, your friends and family. That's not what this is about. If that's all you're looking to do, don't expect to make a ton of money off your friends and family. It's probably not going to happen. But if you know how to recruit nationwide, or you know a company that does, this agent or company really went out there. They're currently their first year. Their first 12 months, I can tell you they did real close to 40,000 transactions. So very, very lucrative if you're going to go that route. And again, that's not recruiting a little bit. That's recruiting a lot. Okay? All right, so if you don't have your starter kit right now, you guys, you want to get that as soon as you possibly can. I'll show you what it includes here. But if you have interest in building your RX business by enrolling churches, if you want to enroll any nonprofits, you got to remember your website right now allows people to sign up right from your site. If somebody clicks on the partner program from your site because they saw your card or they're interested or they save money and you don't have a starter kit, those agents just go to the home office. They don't go to you. So you want to get your starter kit in case somebody hits your site and wants to enroll. But again, if you want to roll up another agent or a nonprofit or anything like that, you need to get that going. And we get hundreds of agents every single week that are enrolling. So we enroll them to the 4-digit code that they enrolled with. If that person has a starter kit, if they just hit your site, we just confirm that you do have your starter kit. A few people enrolled last week. Some emails went out to say, hey, you don't have your starter kit, just to let you know we got these agents enrolled. So you need to get that going. And you know what your starter kit includes. First off, you get a pay raise. Some of you should have the video. If you don't, it's online at our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/careerwithhope. But you do get 100 cards that you can write your number on. Your account goes to $1. You skip the 25. Your first 100, you skip all that. You get all the company flyers and brochures, which I'll show you in a second. Your business builder account's open, so you can now recruit other agents. Your PDF card, it does not have the website. It has our company website printed on it. We handle all your customer service calls, and you get an invitation to all the management webinars and all the marketing material. To request that, you can go ahead and click there or send an email to kevin@hoperxcard.com. But let me show you some things here you get. If you look here at the screen, you're going to see we give you some flyers. We used to do them in color. We do them in black and white now. A lot of people are complaining when they go ahead and print them, they're not coming out nice. So you can print these flyers, these PDF, they do come with your starter kit. They can be customized for, I'll show you in a second. You can get them, if you look at the bottom of my emails, for $10 you can get all of them customized with all your info on it. just keep in mind that you'll be taking those phone calls if you put your phone number on there. So here's some of the flyers. The fundraising flyer, which tells basically fundraisers how this all works. This can be emailed to them. So if you're doing fundraising, if you want to do it in a large way, you can send this flyer out to 100, 200 different nonprofit organizations at a time. You can Google those nonprofits. You can go to superpages.com and do that. But hoperxcard.com is all over here. You can customize that if you want to take those calls. Also, the medical professionals, this is what you would leave with a doctor. If you're going to doctor's offices, you'd want to leave this flyer behind. If they want more, they can call you or they can call us. And if they do call us and give us your HOPE number, which you would write down here on the bottom, we make sure we pass that on to you so you can get those doctors some more cards. Save up to 85% flyer just tells the general public what this card's all about, how does it work, and what kind of discounts they'll get. Tells them, does the card expire? Just the common questions that are asked. And over 70 marketing ideas. You definitely want to get this. We've always tell people when you get in this business, you want to pick a few of the business ways to get your cards out. Do 4 or 5 of them. Find out what you like best, and then do a lot of it. Again, those videos that are online, there's one with Dan Randino talking about, let's go to the YouTube channel real quick. It's talking about how to go to pharmacies. If that's something you want to do, or Dan Randino, excuse me, talking about going to doctors, then you want to watch that. If that's some way you're going to build your business. But if you go to our channel, you're going to see here all the different. This is the last month's training webinar. This talks about your business starter kit. This is another online meeting, how to set up your website, which you've already done. Let's see the one with Dan here. Oops. There's one with Greg Peach talking about pharmacies, back office, new agent training. If you're a brand new agent, you want to go through this. This takes you step by step. Make sure you got about an hour. It's kind of lengthy there. And business pitch, this one right here, talks about how to walk into a business office. You can walk right in the front door of a business, you guys, and pass your cards out. It's very, very easy. I'll go over it real quick. If you walk right in the front door of a business, typically when you're walking in the front door of a business that you have not been invited to, what does that normally mean you're doing? Soliciting, right? Well, guess what? We're not soliciting. You can walk right in the front door. You just introduce yourself. Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm working with your local Walgreens and Walmart over here. They wanted to make sure you, as a small business, receive these cards. These cards are live and active right now. They'll save you and your employees up to 90% on medications. How many employees do you have? Oh, we have 50. Great. Here's 100 cards. Make sure everyone gets 2. I'll leave you an extra 50 in case they run out or want more. Other than that, I might come by here from month to month to say hi, but the cards are live and active now, and they're welcome to go to the pharmacy and use them. And you leave. Did you sell anything? No. What's the best form of advertising? Word of mouth. What happens when one employee saves $50, $60, $70 on a medication? They're going to come back into that office and tell everybody about that. Okay? Great way to get your cards out. Here's how to walk into a doctor's office with Dan Randino. You want to watch that? He's visited over 1,500 doctors himself. Okay? So you want to read, watch those and learn how these agents are getting out their cards. But again, our website, our YouTube channel is youtube.com/careerwithhope. All right. Now, on the badges, just so you guys know what the badges are like, they are magnetized. So if you have a problem wearing a magnetized badge, you don't want to get these. These are very strong magnets that are on there. This is what the front says. And again, this is what Jolisa's boy was wearing. And this logo we can put on any shirt that you want. So you send us the shirt, and we put the logo on it. Obviously, it's not this big here. But it'll go on your shirt, so you can send us anything. At least we know the shirt's going to fit and everything's going to be fine with that. Okay? All right. So I went over the starter kit. I went over the back office report. So now, those of you who are brand new, when you go into your back office, you're a brand new agent. When you go into your back office, you're not going to see anything yet. I've been getting a lot of calls on that. You go into your agent login. You log in to your site. Okay? Whoops. Once you get to your back office, you're going to see some reports. If you're a recruiter, you're going to see what you see on mine, which is 2 sets of reports. But if you're just an agent, all you're going to see is this back office here. If there's nothing if you can't see anything, it's because you don't have any transactions. The only time stuff pops up in your back office is when you have transactions. Okay. So it's taking a little bit of time here, probably because I'm doing a webinar at the same time. But this is what your back office is going to look like. If this is what you see, make sure you set up your direct deposit, you guys. We do not do manual checks. We are way too large for that, so make sure you set up your direct deposit, which will be a little link up here if you haven't done it. And this is what your reports will look like. Okay. Your projection report is a 15-day report that we've been talking about, and it shows all of your transactions there for as long as you've been with us. So you can look at that. This is the Richard Pace transactions that I was just showing you guys, but everybody's here. There's Dan Randino, Greg Peach is in here somewhere. So those are all your reports. That's what it looks like in your back office. So make sure the reports are coming out here on the 5th. The next report will be on 10/5. And every 15 days, 5th and the 20th, you guys, all your reports are there. Okay? So again, if you want the customized flyers, I just made these this morning for an agent. They're $10 for all 4 of them. Make sure when you order them, you send me an email with your information that you want on them. I need your website address if you have a personalized one, or you can use the one we gave you, which is hoperxcard.com / and your hope number. And then we're going to customize them with your name, or excuse me, your phone number and your website and your email on it. So this agent has customized all this. This agent's taking their own phone calls now. When someone calls in on the flyers, this agent's taking them. So you can get those 4 flyers made. They're $10. They're on the bottom of all my emails. If you want to buy that, you're welcome to. First off, if you're brand new, you definitely got to get your starter kit and make sure you get that going. All right. So basically, you guys, right now with a nonprofit organization, that's what you want to focus on. If you're out there doing some fundraising, there's a lot of clubs, a lot of people out there that want your help. They just don't know it exists out there. So you want to get that out to them and get these cards going. Get these clubs, anything that you're currently a part of. PTA is a great one, you guys. They're always looking for ways to raise money. Just ask them. And the best way to really approach a group that you're already familiar with is just give them your cards first, okay? Big tip, hand them your cards. Say, you know what, I ran across this company, or I started with this company, or I'm part of this company. It's named Hope. They specialize in helping other people every day. They also do fundraising for companies all over the country. And we fundraise with these cards. I want you guys just to use these cards with friends or family or anyone you know that saves money on meds. Once they see the savings, you guys, on the card, they're going to think a lot different about those cards. Because trust me, it does seem too good to be true if I can tell you I can save you up to 94% on a med, which we have 94% on record. We don't promote that because it does sound too good to be true, but Richard Pay is the one that does have that on his cards. So if you're out there, just hand them your cards. Tell them to try it. Just say, try these cards. When you see the savings, give me a call back, because I've experienced some savings. I've seen some savings. I heard about some savings that I really can't believe. So try these cards. See if you guys can save some money. When you do, let's talk about how we can benefit the PTA or the Booster Club or the Boy Scouts or whatever you're promoting. Also with your church groups. Church groups are great, you guys. They normally and typically have bulletins that go out on a weekly basis. When you walk into church, they hand you a bulletin for the week. A great place to talk to the pastor, talk to whoever is in charge of fundraising at the church, and see if you can get a church card printed right into the bulletin. So they don't have to print cards. They're already printing out these brochures anyways. So when people leave church, as long as somebody lets them know, hey, by the way, there's a card in your bulletin today, you can cut that card out and take it to any local pharmacy, and part of the proceeds go to benefit the church. That's all that has to be said. It's a 2-second pitch. The card in your bulletin today will save you money on prescriptions, and part of the money goes to benefit the church. That's it. Okay? A lot of ways to get the cards out, you guys. But I'll tell you right now, the best way is when you get someone to use the card first and they see the savings. Just like yourself, there's different levels of people in this business right now. There's people that are here to do a business. There's people here that are out there just to help people. And there's people that are here right now because they're extremely passionate about what we do, because they've personally experienced it. I can't tell you the countless agents that I have recruited just because their personal medication was discounted so much they couldn't believe it. In fact, we signed up about 14 districts in a soccer association, the AYSO, because one of the presidents of about 14 districts there. Their mom was on $3,200 worth of medications. After the card was used, there was quite a few meds, but it came down to $900 from $3,200 to $900. Some of you know that that's a life and death deal, where if you can't afford your medications, chances are you're not going to be living a very quality life. And when you get these cards and you get the savings and you're getting all your medications at the time you're supposed to take them, it makes you feel a lot better. So again, you guys, believe in what you do. Believe in your business. If you have any questions about the fundraising, and again, what happens when you sign up a nonprofit, they get $1 per medication. And because you have your starter kit, you're going to get an override anywhere from 10 cents to 50. If you're looking to be a huge recruiter, like the gentleman I talked to yesterday, we did set up a special deal for him. But again, you know, he told me he was big, and he gave me some numbers, and he recruited 29 people in day one. So that is something to obviously consider. So if that's something that you're doing, or you can do, or you want to do, or you've done in the past, definitely reach out, give me a call. You guys all have my personal number on the bottom of all my emails. Call me up. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you. I'd love to show you ways to recruit. But again, I need to know your commitment level, where you're at. If you're doing this full-time, part-time, which it doesn't matter how you're doing it, just let me know, and I'll help you as much as I can. We do have our marketing department here that's always out there, looking for different stuff. So if you have some great ideas, pass those along too. But some of our best ideas do come from the field force, from you all, and we do appreciate that. Any newspaper articles that you guys see, please forward those in. I know you guys got the last one about the LA Times. That was a great article. Any news articles that you see regarding the prescription industry. With Obamacare going through, you guys, it is really going to explode our business. As you guys know today, 25% of the population goes to the doctor every year and finds out they need a medication. Well, guess what? Now we're going to get most of the population insured, and the first thing people do when they get insurance is run to the doctor. So that number is going to go way past 25%. Hope it's around 30, 35, 40% for our business, not for the people needing the meds, but at least they'll now get the medications that they do need. So it's a great time for our business. It's exploding right now. Just wanted to give you some training on the fundraising, how that all works. If you do have somebody who's interested, they've seen the video, they want to get started, we really want you to let them see that video just so they know what they're getting into. I don't want anyone promising them we're going to make $1 million tomorrow and raise funds. But if that's something they want to do and they want to join, they can send me an email after they've watched the video and just say, hey, I'd like to sign up. Here's my 4-digit code. And that 4-digit code is your 4-digit code. Okay, so make sure everything you do as far as recruiting or nonprofits is always throw out your code, so when they do contact our company, we know they go under you. Okay, look forward to the future, you guys. You guys are doing an excellent job. The next webinar, I'll go over some more new agents. I'll get you out a newsletter. We've had a ton of new agents do a lot of great things. Those of you who are out there and you're new, your transaction reports are looking really good. We're looking to be doing a couple contests here for a 2-night, 3-day vacation, also a 7-night, 8-day vacation. So look for the details on that to come through here. Other than that, you guys, I wish you a great day and a great month. It's in October here. Kids are back in school. It's time to get focused on your business. Trying to get focused on yourself so you don't have to work for anybody else again but yourself, and helping other people every day. Thank you guys for your time, and have a blessed day.